guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll talk about how to apply for a Schengen visit visa and hopefully get it. And in relation to that, today I have someone behind the camera who will be asking me the questions so that I can try and answer them to the best of my ability and hopefully not miss out on any question. So let's get started. So first question.
You've talked about Schengen. Is Schengen a region, a country in Europe? Yeah, you can explain about Schengen.
Schengen is not a country. Schengen is a region in Europe that covers 26 Europe countries. Some of these countries include Czech Republic, Germany, France, Italy, Austria, Switzerland, among others. So when you apply for a Schengen visit visa, you are allowed entry into all these 26 countries. So assuming that you applied the Schengen visa in the German embassy, you can easily travel around all the other countries throughout your travel. So what I'll do is I'll pin the link of all these that shows all the 26 countries so that you can go read about them and see if the country that you would want to travel to in Europe is covered in this region.
How and where do I apply for Schengen visit visa?
So first things first, you'll go to the country that you want to be your entry country or where you plan to stay in the Schengen region. So assuming, I'll use Germany still as my example, assuming that you're going to Germany, you'll go to the German embassy's website of the country that you're in. Let's say if it's Nairobi, you'll go to the German embassy's website for Nairobi, and there you'll check on the details of how you start the application, how you book the appointment, and how you download the visa application form. So after that, now you download the visa application form, learn how you're going to book the appointment, then get started on the process.
So what are the requirements for applying for the Schengen visit visa?
The first requirement that you need to apply for the Schengen visit visa or any visa in the world is a passport. Kindly, if you do not have a passport, first things first, apply for the passport and get it. Then from there, you can now start trying to apply for the Schengen visit visa or any visa you want to apply for. Another thing that you need is the visa application form. This one, you'll have to download it from the website of the embassy and then fill it in. You'll also need to have proof of accommodation. Good thing is, or let's say good news is that when you are going with a Schengen visit visa, your host can be a proof of accommodation. So this now brings us to the point of you will also require to have an invitation letter. That is an original invitation letter from your host. So what happens is that your host sends it through maybe, let's say, cargo or posta or any other sending form for it to arrive to you as an original copy. So in the invitation letter, your host should tick or include that they will be providing you with accommodation. And that way, you don't have to prove any other accommodation because already the invitation letter shows that you have someone who's going to accommodate you. Another thing is that you'll need to have a flight itinerary. On the flight itinerary, you are going to present the program of how your flight is going to be like the timetable. This is the day I'm going to leave. This is the day I arrive there. This is the day I'm supposed to leave back to my home country. And something else that you'll need to present is proof of enough money. Like, you're going to the Schengen region, Europe. They want to see that you're able to take care of yourself during that period. Otherwise, they might not allow you to go if you're going to be a beggar in Europe. Sorry to say that, but that's basically how they don't want you to go there without enough money to take care of yourself during the stay in Europe. Something else is you'll have to present passport photos with the dimensions that they're going to state according to the embassy and Schengen region visa application. So you also have to go get someone like a professional, take these passport photos according to the dimensions, and then you carry them to the embassy. Please note, it's not just any passport that you took a few months ago or a few days ago and you feel that, oh, I'll just take this selfie and crop it into passport and take it. No, it has to follow the rules and dimensions that they state in the visa application, or the requirements that they state for the application process. I don't know, I think I've talked about all the requirements. I think I've not missed out on any, but in case I have, kindly you can drop it in the comments.
Okay, you have talked about the flight itinerary. So do you have to apply for a real ticket or real flight?
Yeah, on that one, about the flight itinerary, as for me, when I was traveling, I had to book the actual flight. I think I was so confident that I'd get it, or I don't know. But I've also read, and during my research, found out that there are dummy flights that you can book so that you can have a flight itinerary to present at the embassy, showing that this is the day that you leave, this is the day that you come back. And this one might cost you maybe, let's say, like $100 or less. I don't know how much it might cost you. But if you're confident enough, like I was, go ahead, go for it and book the actual flight, showing the actual dates that you're planning to travel, and come back and just pray to God and hope that you are going to get the visa.
Wow. Another requirement, which is proof of enough money.
Yes, proof of enough money.
Okay. If I don't have enough money, so what's your advice?
So if you don't have enough money, I'd advise you have a host, which is a plus. Thank God you have a host. If your host, according to how you relate with your host, you can ask your host to present their bank statements with a guarantee letter showing that they are going to take care of you and your expenses. So the moment that you present your bank statement and their bank statement and a guarantee letter, it is already enough proof that you have enough or sufficient funds to fund you throughout the process and throughout your stay in the Schengen region. So I think that will be enough to cover you. Any other thing?
Okay, can you tell us about the travel insurance as one of the requirements?
Okay. Did I even mention it when I was mentioning the requirements? Sorry guys, travel insurance is very, very important. You cannot really get a visa or be allowed to travel if you don't have a travel insurance. So for the travel insurance, what happens with the travel insurance? You need to have a travel insurance. And for this one, there's something that really shocks people, like, how am I going to get 25,000, I don't know, euros, or is it US dollars, for me to be able to travel? See, it's not that much. It's just that how will I call it? The insurance that you get, or the policy that you get, the insurance policy that you get or apply for, should be able to cover you for this amount of money. So assuming, for instance, I'll give you an example. For my insurance, I paid around 55 to 57 US dollars, and it was able to cover me for 90 days. So it depends with the plan that you get, and it can go as low as less than 50 euros or more than it, depending on the cover that you get and the amount of time that you're planning to spend in the Schengen region. And on that still note, there are countries in Kenya, or let's say in the country that you are in, that are approved by the Schengen region for them to cover you for your insurance. So what you need to do is check and see the insurance companies that that the Schengen region approves for them to cover you during your travel. So for instance, for Kenya, I'll pin in a link. What I'm going to do is I'll pin a link showing insurance companies that the Schengen region approves, let's say for our country, Kenya, so that now you can check them and maybe use one of them. For instance, for me, I use the CAC group. Maybe it might work for you, or you might find another insurance company that might work better for you. And please note this, I am not trying to advertise any insurance company. It's up to you to just look at them and see one that works best for you. I'm just stating it because it worked out for me. Yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else that I have not said? I think there's something else I want to say. It's about interview. I know people might want to know, like, how does the interview go about and all that. All I can say is, one thing for sure, be ready for an interview. In most cases, you will, when you go for the appointment, you will have an interview. The interview might be intense or easy. I'm not going to sugarcoat or lie to you. It depends. You might go and find it to be a very easy process, or it might be hard. But one thing for sure you need to do is get prepared for the interview. And be confident enough, give them facts, be truthful, and in case you have to lie, kindly lie with a lot of confidence. Because if you lie, if lies are written all over your face, then why would someone want to give you a visa if they see very well you're lying? Otherwise, I think that's it, all that you need. And in case you have any other questions, kindly leave them in the comment section. I'll be ready to answer them. And maybe in the next video, I'll look at how to answer interview questions during your visa appointment. So guys, I hope that this was useful and it will help you in your visa application process. And I just hope and pray that you are going to get that visa. And wishing you the very best as you plan to travel to Europe to visit your family, your loved one, or whoever you're planning to go and visit. And with that, all I can say is goodbye and best of luck to you.